How's it going, brother?
Good, how you doing?
All good, man. I can't complain. We having a good time. Y'all having a good time so far?
Yes, a little chilly.
Oh yeah, I noticed you was wrapped up.
I mean, but you see me.
Yeah, well, I'm a polar bear.
You like a polar
I'm a
bear?
polar bear. Like, you see, I'm sweaty.
I know. I didn't want to touch it. Oh, God, you are.
Yeah, my deodorant just turned on.
Maybe that's what.
No, I just run hot now. I just run hot.
So one of the things that is, considering the way Chicago is shaping up the conversation on the news, how does a show like this shape or add to the narrative of police, the city of Chicago relationships?
I think we do our best to really keep the integrity of the city. I don't think we're like trying to portray our job on the show as like we do the right thing all the time, and we're just like these upstanding cops that never do. You know what I mean? Like you've seen the show, and so I think we do a great job at reflecting the good, the bad, and the ugly of Chicago. I'm thankful that I play a character that treats people the way he wants to be treated, but every now and then I might throw your head in the fish tank. You know what I'm saying? And but that's true with everybody. Like we even see Voight. I think Voight is like one of the main characters that really is a true reflection of how Chicago gets down. It's good, as bad, as ugly. It's cold. The winners inform a lot of our actions sometimes. Just the people that Chicago breathes. We're just cut from a unique cloth. That is like, yeah, we're very, very nice, but it can get very, very mean for you very, very soon if we have to. But like I said, I think every character on the show can be a role model to anybody, especially if and I think we do a great job at doing our best to make sure that we keep Chicago first. Because Chicago is the star of this entire franchise. And as long as we stay true to that, I think we're doing our job. I think we'll be around for a while.
It has a dark side to it, not just the whole city.
Yeah. Well, I think I have a unique understanding of being from Harvey, which is a microcosm of Chicago, very literally. I think I did more so out of my own experiences to this role and to this show. I think Atwater uniquely empathizes with cops naturally because he is one, but he's from the hood in a way that he understands that side of it too. And so having that kind of well-rounded understanding of everything, I think, helps me very much, but it also brings more than one. It's not one-sided. You're never going to see a show on here where you're not going to almost second guess a decision that we make and be like, should they have done that? Was that the right way to go about it? But the job got done. We saved lives at the end of the day, or we did our best to. And so that's what Chicago is. It's a constant struggle. It's a constant fight between these demons that we all have that, manifest themselves in good ways sometimes and bad ways in others. And I think this show really authentically portrays that a lot of times.
Is it like doing the crossover episodes? Can you talk a little bit about the upcoming ones?
Yeah, I can. And he will. The crossover episodes are cool because we haven't seen Mayor yet, but every show I assume has a different texture, like Fire. It kind of just pops differently than Chicago PD does, and I'm pretty sure PD doesn't really pop like Mayor will. We'll see how they're all different, but each and every element from every show is going to do a great job of telling this powerful story. I think the story, at least from the Chicago PD end of things, is one of the most powerful stories that I've read that we've done so far. In 3 seasons doing this show, I couldn't put this script down. Like when I was reading this story, it was pulling at my heartstrings in a way, not just because it dealt with cancer, but just because of the people it affected. And it's always interesting to see how the different characters from every show is affected by the one story, because we're all different and we all respond differently to different things. And I think that's what makes it interesting to the world is that, man, I wonder how T. Bowden is going to respond, because I have an idea how Voight might respond, but then Voight kind of surprises you because Oliver Platt's character influences. You know what I mean? It's like it's all crazy, but I think it's all going to be an interesting thing to watch on TV.
Laroyce, you're from Chicago, from the area?
Yeah, from Harvey.
Do you take more ownership in a show when it's your hometown? You know, you go around checking accents and some of the other things?
Not that much, man. I think everybody does a pretty good job, but I do though. I think unconsciously I kind of do, especially for myself. You know, because I'm very familiar with a lot. With a lot of what with writing. I'm very familiar with the town sometimes, and so even like specific things like being on Pulaski or saying that we're in Rogers Park, things like that, like make it real for me. There hasn't been a moment yet for myself where I as a Chicagoan looked at it like, nah, I don't like that. Everything like even like the businesses that we represent, like for Natwater to say that we're going to go to Bijan's tonight, and then for Laroyce Hawkins to go to Bijan's later on that week, and for them to be like, yeah, man, how was Bijan's that night? You know what I'm saying? Like things like that really, I think it helps everything out.
And these aren't shows you could shoot in Vancouver or Toronto. You'd have to do it here.
Yeah, you have to do it here. It's the only way.
That's good, because I'm like that too. When I watch shows, especially like Chicago or Atlanta where I both live, I'm like, that's not right.
Yeah.
That's not,
and I think it turns everybody off from it. Like, people in Chicago, not just residents of Chicago, but even the cops, they say that's real. Like, we get complimented all the time on how authentic the show is to Chicago. So for us to keep that integrity is dope. Pardon?
How do you feel when you get those compliments?
It makes me feel like it's amazing. I just feel like, we're doing the right thing because not to have been on a lot of TV shows, but I've seen a lot, and I hate when it doesn't feel authentic for me as an audience member to watch a show that doesn't feel real. And so for that to be the first thing people say is that, man, that felt real, it just makes you feel a little warm on the inside with that thing,
John, how happy are you that they wrote your boxing skills into the show?
It's great. It's great. The writers are pretty good at looking at what each one of us has in our lives, and what might be something that just comes natural to us. And so I think it's pretty unique. I think it's fun. I think it's a nice police out here that they have they call the Battle of the Badges. So it's something that's pretty real. It's you talk about authenticity. I think it's something that police and firemen get involved with boxing, so it's not too far-fetched. So I think it's fun. And for me, I love boxing. It's something that I really wanted to do. So to be able to put on the gloves and have some scenes with it, I think it's fun.
Well, I really like the way they worked it in. That it wasn't just, it's your hobby. It's the character's hobby, but you're actually helping, the character's daughter, training.
It's a nice twist. It's really nice. We'll see where they go with it. I don't really ask too many questions. I take what they give and just try to make it work. And so for me, it's a surprise when I get a script. So I'm looking forward to it just as much as anyone else watching it. So where they're going to go with it.
Were there any stunts that you guys have done that were especially difficult?
Stunts?
Yeah, stunts that we did.
Just like physical scenes that were especially difficult to cast.
I think they're all pretty.
That's on the marathon, right?
Thanks, man. I'm hurting right now.
They're all. What were you gonna say?
They're all pretty intense. They're all pretty tough. I mean, like, I'd say for me, sometimes jumping over fences, things like that, you have to do it over and over and over again. And sometimes the elements, if it's cold, if it's hot outside. So one time last year where I was running and jumping over this fence, my foot slipped. I just kind of rolled on the side, and pulled out and it came off. I kept running. I thought they should have used that shot. So we don't have to look perfect all the time, but I think we try to do a lot of our stunts within reason, because of course it's a long season, and if one of us got seriously hurt, then that would slow down production. But we try to do as much as we can on our own, and we get little bruises here and there, and fall down. So Tom Law is our stunt coordinator, and he's got an amazing team. I mean, he should have an Emmy already. He's so good. So we trust them. We know when we need to do it, and we know when we need to back off.
Did you do any police training before starting?
Yeah, I think more so back in the first season. Ryan Luce, who's our technical advisor, he took us when we go to the gun range every now and then, and we run some ride-alongs. And some of us still do every now and then where we can go on ride-alongs. And he just would take us through tactical training, how to move together as a team, how to trust in each other, how to sometimes communicate with each other where we're not actually using verbal communication, how we're using our eyes and hand signals. Because sometimes we're shooting scenes where we're in a basement or in a warehouse, and we can't really see each other. It's all about feel and knowing where your partner is and how crucial it is to knowing that one has your back and what direction they're going to be going. You don't have to even look at them. You have such trust that you know that this one's going to come here if you go here. So we go through all this, a lot of dialogue, and just having him on set all the time is not a question that we don't ask that can help us and make it. Because we want to do the best we can and look at it as authentic and real as we can.
I love the personal side of the story, so we get a little bit of your background. We don't have much about Atwater and his outside life, but we get to see more of your family stories or your relationship stories outside of the PD this season?
I hope so. I would love for Atwater to have a girlfriend, but every time I try to flirt with a woman on screen, they kind of cut that. I'm not really sure. Well, I mean, I hope so. I keep throwing it out there, but we'll see. But we have kind of dived into his family life a little bit with his little sister. Yeah. I've been told that I also have little brothers that I take care of, the whole family. There's been talks of maybe Atwater's dad getting out of jail and maybe messing stuff up a little bit, making things interesting. So we'll see. Storylines, they come and go. I'm thankful for the one that I'm in now, the one with Captain Whitaker. Him and I, we have a nice storyline over the next couple episodes that I think Atwater's going to learn a lot about. We're going to see a lot of why he even decided to be a cop in the first place. Atwater, he's going to stretch out. They're going to flesh him out a little bit.
I was saying the other night, I think Antonio's ready for love, though. I think Antonio's ready for new love.
We'll see. Like I said, I'll take whatever the writers give me.
Thank you.